Yorkshire's top order batted soundly to put their side in the box seat at the halfway stage of their LV County Championship match with Middlesex at Lords. The home side began the second morning on 64 for 3, having dismissed Yorkshire for 178, but the wickets were soon tumbling after Neil Dexter edged the 19th ball of the day behind. The exceptional Ryan Sidebottom got that wicket, and he soon followed it up by trapping Joe Denley in front to leave Middlesex in some trouble on 80 for 5. They needed some resistance from Owen Morgan, but just 3 runs later he was also out. He'd made 33 when he went after a wide ball from Sidebottom and was well held in the slips by Adam Lyth. If Sidebottom wasn't hard enough to face, Middlesex also had to deal with Liam Plunkett, who was bowling with real pace. Just ask Ollie Rayner. Or indeed John Simpson, who had his stumps ruined by a quick and full delivery from Plunkett. Middlesex now found themselves on 95 for 7. They needed runs from anywhere, although trying to make a single when the ball has already been stopped at leg slip might not have been a very good idea. What they didn't need was a run out. Jack Brooks should have had Rayner caught in the slips, but he didn't have to wait too long to get his man, Rayner being bowled for 15 at 107 for 8. Another quick delivery from Plunkett then did for Tim Murtagh, who almost walked into another county before being bowled around his legs. And the innings was finished off by Stephen Patterson, who had Stephen Finn held by Plunkett at a well-placed short extra. Middlesex were all out for 123 to trail on first innings by 55. It was a handy lead, especially if wickets came as easily in the second innings. As it turned out, they didn't, once Lyth and Alex Lees saw off the new ball and started to find their feet. Only Plunkett had passed 35 in the first innings for both teams, but these two left-handers started to make batting look a little less problematic as the afternoon session wore on. The sun was now on the players' backs, and that appeared to help the batsmen no end, as this pair carefully constructed an opening partnership which was to last 28 overs, in which Yorkshire advanced their lead by 82 runs. That had them 137 ahead, with all of their second innings wickets still intact. That was until Lees, on 33, inexplicably left a straight ball from Rayner alone to be bowled, much to the relief of the home side. Lyth remained. He and Lees had seen off 6 overs from Finn without too many problems, and Lyth now crashed him through the covers to reach his third 50 of the championship campaign in 5 knocks, this one coming off 96 balls and that being his 6th boundary. Finn has of course started this season very strongly, and he is still a handful, as Lyth was to discover. Finn also had Rayner hovering in the slips, and he pulled off a fantastic one-handed catch to get rid of Lyth, who left for 54 out of his side's score of 96 for 2. Middlesex were still just about in touch, but the next partnership between Joe Root and Kane Williamson then grabbed the initiative for Yorkshire. Root, out for a duck in the first innings, was soon on the move with a pull 6 off Finn. This was the big moment of the match, and it was won by the visitors. In Williamson and Root, they do have 2 of the most talented youngsters in world cricket, and their skills were in evidence as they moved through the numbers either side of the tea interval. Root, in his first game of the summer, began to look very good on the ground, where he scored 180 against Australia. That was only last summer, or it does seem to be a longer ago than that. Root was especially good against Finn, taking 3 fours and a 2 off 1 over from the big fast bowler, and that saw Root through to his 50 off 70 deliveries. He struck that early maximum and 5 fours in that, and looked in the mood to keep going to put his side he is skippering this match well out of reach of their opponents. His partnership with Williamson was worth 98 and was ended when Williamson guided a ball from Finn into the hands of Sam Robson to depart with 37 runs to his name. Finn followed that up with the big wicket of Root in his next over. LBW the decision, as the England man was out for a top score in this match of 63. Finn then thought he got another, but the night watchman Patterson was not given out, even though the bowler and his fielders were convinced that the batsman was bang in front. Patterson then lived to fight another day and will enter the third one in the company of Gary Ballance, who will have an important role to play. His Yorkshire side already lead by 268 runs and go into the third morning on 213 for 4 in their second innings, Ballance just getting going on 10. 100 more or so for Yorkshire will leave Middlesex with a lot to do to either win or draw this match. It's the visitors who are the big favourites now.